What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the fourth studio album by American rock band Yellowcard. Based this product is called Ocean Avenue, and it came out in the summer of 2003. Now, within the fair about this product here, I've reviewed a previous Yellowcard album as far as these pitching I have, but it's probably not going to surface for several months, probably well deep into 2026 or even further within Sunset Pitches. I particularly reviewed their 2007 album, but I want to get to this 2003 album pitches like that because I do think. Originally, I thought I owned this album, but I think it's actually Switchfoot's the Beautiful Letdown as far as these first album. I get those kind of they have similar type fashion. Switchfoot, The Beautiful Letdown from 2003, and this particular album, Ocean Avenue from the summer of 2003 by Yellowcard. Good pitches like that. Just some good type fares about this. It's had a series of hits. This was an album that went platinum. Pitches like that it was pretty big splash enough within the fair behind a good, nice summer romps and the punk type edge. Kind of felt like the Conduit was kind of some make weight to kind of get here within the aspect is something to kind of fuck with. Unlike the downtime once like the more or less, I'd say this went pretty strengthfully, kind of hand in hand with Good Charlotte around this time, who were cresting pretty largely up their Young and the Hopeless type album from late 2002. But in terms like the follow-up type punch pitch like that, around these particular times, more or less, Blink 182 is a little bit quiet. So it's mostly just the pitch of the one taking like the most of the emo and kind of punk type flack was just particularly Good Charlotte within these pitches, which was pretty surprising. It's kind of within the pitch. I mean, 2003 was a good year for punk music, still in type aspects. There were some other type ones in there I want to say within the pitch, but it's just kind of the variety. Once you started getting past like early 2004 pitches like that, it kind of swashed into more just emo and general pitches like that as you got to Green Day and My Chemical Romance and fairs like that, Panic at the Disco later on in 2005, Green Day in 2004, Chemical Romance 2004. But just the pitch as far as saying just the product. But this is some good type summer romps within these aspects. It's a good swash type fair. Big aspect about it. It's kind of an upside down type album within pitches like that. Just the fair, just like Malaise, it kind of goes a little bit more murky and album compared to most punk type aspects. Has the fair compared to when you think of like Blink 182's Enema, The State. Good Charlotte's particular Good Charlotte album from the year 2000 and The Young and the Hopeless from 2002. Some of these type pitches usually a lot more plucky and just kind of more summer fair, but this particular one has Malaise type factors. It's pretty apple type aspect with it. Pretty apple type aspect to get to these fairs as far as these pitches can have just a good product. I like the particular kind of slump type factor, just the aspect of like an upside down kind of summer as far as these pitches can happen. Extra type fairs about it. This is a simple enough classic pitches like that as far as these ordeals going to have just within pitch as far as saying recommend all 13 songs off this down. So some of these good type fairs, but it did have, it like I said, it was pretty good commercial smash within these ordeals. Now for the most part, Yellowcard continues to be around good excellent pitches like that, but this is more or less one of their biggest kind of breakout albums with some of these type pitches. The 2007 one did decently, but from what I remember, yeah, within the pitch, that one only had like one single pitch like that, so it's kind of fair. This particular one had four, so it's kind of the aspect as far as saying it's a particular kind of product. Particularly the title track Ocean Avenue was a pretty large staple within pitches. It actually hit the top 40 on like the normal Billboard 100, not just the rock charts. So it's kind of pitch as far as saying it was a large deal within these pitches. It did have some follow-up hits, some of these type of appeals, so it was a decent, pretty solid enough kind of commercial smash to have caught like a number of these type ones. Probably, I don't know if it was full bound Blink 182, some of those are I don't know if it was full bound kind of MTV VH1 bound, but it might have been within some type pitches, at least MTV2, the second channel, some type aspects. But I think within tone, it had some pretty decent kind of commonplace with the aspect. It was this excellent type fair, traditional kind of punk staple, traditional kind of punk and mild emo type staple that has some good type pitches going along with folks like Blink 182, Simple Plan pitches like that. But it's pretty one of the larger names out of like 2003 type fair, seemingly within the pitch like punk and just more aspects like that, alternative. Pop punk alternative type fair pitches like that. So I look after it. As far as being able to say, Way Away is the lead single off this project. This is nice, like a dope typical kind of evening glared post embrace kind of get. The lead single Way Away is the nice one on here. It's like a dope typical kind of evening glared post embrace to get within these products. Just an emo tint about this one, just some joyride type fair, just some carefrees kind of have within these aspects. So it's just kind of the pitch, one of those type ones, the traditional type fair that you get from folks. Just got done with things, 4 o'clock p.m. Just light kind of sun glare with an aspect of evening type aspects, but just kind of picture this more type fair, just some of those type ones, just Galvant, just the product hitting up places like McAllister's, some of these type aspects, doing a ton of further type products. Basically kind of rock on type fair, Galvant with pals as far as these pitch camps. So just kind of aimless, kind of fun aimless kind of frolic and fun within these pitches, but this does within that traditional type aspect. So within the fair, this is kind of newer within the pitch as far as like these post hour type ones kind of get within these tones. It's good accent probably. I mean, I want to say within the pitch, obviously like Under Oath and like Panic at the Disco, some of that folks did plenty of these. My Chemical Romance, good fairs like that, past 2004 pitches like that. But this within the fair is slight. This is relative more or less early bird type one that kind of had the flip on it, going as far back as the summer 2003. So it's good type pitches, but this kind of product is getting some of that type fair, just like the excitement for just like the flip mode to kind of get to once the task of the day fair is kind of taken care of. Good pitches like that. Ocean Avenue, the title track off the sounds. Ocean Avenue, the title track off the sounds, largest single off the sound. Good pitch like that. Excellent second single here to kind of get. It's like a basic swash, but plucky, kind of mild punk, kind of snack run. I'd say pitches like that. Just some wheat thins to grab for like bass, divas like that. Just some pitches, just kind of an errand or favorite type run for other folks in mind. For Chicas in mind, good pitch like that. Just kind of the aspect just out on the romp type fair, just pick up some funyuns as well within some type pitch. So this kind of product, good commercial type staple pitch like that, recognizable type song, feels like it has some decent kind of complex even nowadays over 20 years later, pitch like that, just like the pluckiness kind of the fair behind it, just kind of one of those type ones. Traditional type at it's a real vanilla and punk type staple pitch like that. One of those type ones, kind of within the pitch of the way Blink 182 would have some of those type songs off Enema of the State and other type albums like that. Good Charlotte off the 2002 album, Young and the Hopeless, as far as these friends gonna have them, but just it's kind of surf bound, more kind of highlights in your hair pitch like that. So these type of ordeals is kind of Ocean Avenue is a particular kind of excellent doe-eyed and surf-lit kind of aspect within the tone as far as just like more dismiss a good frolic like summer fog pitches like that as far as those are just kind of, but yeah, definitely wheat thin pickups, some of these stuff aspects, funyuns on the side, some of these stuff aspects and tones as far as these pitches kind of have an excellent type fair. Only one is nice on here as well within these pitches, like a dreary but adamant kind of evening passage you get within these fairs, just to sound off like house party type aspects, pitches like that. It's kind of good to have some socials within tones as far as these pitches kind of go, more or less like a Pink Skies kind of long day pitches like that, but just kind of missed the ordeal, just the energy to carry forth to kind of get like the after effect of just chillax type fashions in mind with pitches as far as like some kickoff to like get some crunk going within those pitches for the performance kind of happens. So this station type one of those type pitches, kind of within American Pie type template movies like American Pie within aspects as far as like, yep, it's time to get tore up some of these type pitches within product alike. Day fair is particularly taken care of. And a lot of these, like I was saying, surf like I was saying about Ocean Avenue, a lot of these have like a good surf crest kind of about them as far as these pitch can have. It's very much shack and just kind of more beachside. It's not as much full bound exactingly within pitch, but it does have like some good summery kind of. It's a good summer kind of shack side type flavor pitch like that. Sex and type deals. Just one of those type ones for just getting towards like the product of. Gonna get some loud going pitches like that. Breathing is nice on here as well. It's like a good basic kind of punk bounce to get within these products. Just skate park kind of lounge and shack kind of smoke fair pitch like that. Just good song to cruise along to. Some of these type pitch. So this one pretty similar to like Way Away, I'd say, within pitch like that. Kind of the products of some of those type ones, but less kind of within joyriding type aspect. This is just one probably picking up red cups. Some of these extra type fairs getting like a bottle of Bacardi or two. Some of these type pitch with an aspect. This extra product of this was the most recreational of the four singles pitched like that, but the basic kind of bop within the aspect of like the actual gathering type fair. If you are at a skate park or some of these type places where there's going to be some commotion pitched like that, just get a couple of joints in the air. Some of these type pitches about it. The carefree type song in terms of the aspect kind of about it. Just to say, I recommend all 13 songs at the sound, so 10 out of 10 pitches like that. So some of these type ones, excellent type fairs, like particularly View from Heaven. View from Heaven is nice, like a basic evening passage to get within these fairs and sun gaze. I'd say within the products, just a light heart kind of work shift shed as far as these pitch kind of go. So it's just missed the aspect kind of within the variety of like only one, but just a little bit more within the doldrums type aspect, just like the dredge type factor, just kind of upside down type fastest. So it's this kind of pitch. Some of these type ones, View from Heaven, Inside Out, Miles Apart. Some of these type ones, 23 within certain type aspects, 1 year, 6 months, kind of have the tone as far as like the pitch behind just the tone of some swamp typeness within the aspects as far as these first gonna have, but it's just to miss the pitch of like just kind of par for the course as far as those aspects we're gonna have them within like the aspects of some of these type ones on here, but it's just kind of pitch as far as saying just the product of some good type crusting and wind down for like the day fair and the slag as far as those pitch kind of, but it's just the aspects as far as those tones. Like a lot of this has some pretty similar type flavors to Green Day in like 2000 with songs like Time of Your Life, some of these type pitches. There's another song I'm going to eventually mention on here that has some of those type products, but some of these type ones, just the sun gaze, like a punk type aspect, very much channels Billy Joe Armstrong pitches like that within sunset flavors, but just more in a surf type aspect, more so in full bound punk within those pitches, but it's kind of the tone behind it, just basic kind of Weezer type aspects, Green Day type aspects, ripped out of the mid late 90s pitch like that, but it's kind of more within the fair, just like upside down pitch like that. Empty Apartments, a nice one on here as well within these pitches. This particular one reminds like 90s kind of alt rock dredge. I'd say here some of these type aspects. Also like Trapped with songs like Echo, Good Charlotte with songs like Hold On, some of these type pitches. Just aspects as far as some of those dredgy type ones, just within the more sun gaze. It's kind of a dim type song. Miles Apart is a hit type song off this album as well as like a dope city and town strut to kind of get here within these products. Just a Fritos run, I'd have to say, to Sunshine and Aim, get some good sunshine. Just kind of an aimless stretch as far as these fares gonna have. So just within pitch, it's kind of the aspect of kind of chipper on the right foot type fair, but just kind of missed a pitch of like preoccupied within pitch. Just the aspect of like forlorn, but just kind of aspect of just out in the fray as far as this pitch can happen. Good type fair to throw in some of these type moments on top of that with just the aspect like Fritos and good pitches like that. I'd have to say getting some crunk going, figuring out the aspect of picking up probably like something like the particular aspect of and getting like some Captain Morgan pitches like that, Sunset Bordeaux's good type pitches. Inside Out is a quality one within these pitches as well as like a good traditional kind of sound off and gal holla as far as these pitches can have. Get some divas to get within product some of these house party type fairs. Good kick off with some of these punk type good kickoff within the fairs of these. Just like fresh off some music, I'd say. Just probably with it's like fresh off some music, I'd say here within these pitches. Definitely the product of needing beer. So I don't just miss the aspect kind of it. It's pretty similar to like particular kind of only one within these pitches, kind of product like that particular tone, but just kind of more within the motion of kind of more. The delivery is just a little bit less dreary with the song Inside Out as far as these fairs have do a little bit more determination within like the tone. Previous ones just kind of the aspect of like the relative kind of more sluggish type flip mode. It just got done with things probably at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock p.m. pitch like that. Just kind of orange or pink, some of those type fairs kind of skies pitch like that. But I would look after it inside out, it's kind of more within the pitch. All right, time to post up, really get towards the gnarl. Some of these type things, get pitch like that, get some just with the aspect getting the tear up kind of going. Back Home is a quality type one off this album as well. Good pitch like that. It's like a typical kind of Tuesday orange ass dredge. Kind of get within the products here. Just kick rocks. It's kind of basic chum along kind of kick rocks fairs like that, and straight kind of funk within these fairs. But it just kind of probably needs some Fritos type aspects within the tone behind it. Extra type tree snacks and goodies within those pitches. Songs like Back Home are traditional kind of alt metal pitches like that. Definitely reminds like Papa Roach on the right day. Folks like Traps and these type fairs, other pitches like that. Just good type products of Alien Ant Farms and these type pitches. It just simple kind of Fritos runs as pitches, but just kind of a more chum along kind of glum type factor pitch like that. 1 year, 6 months is a real nice one. It's a pretty good standout of a song on here pitch like that. This reminds a good Charlotte on like a song like Hold On from Young and the Hopeless pitch like that, and Time of Your Life by Green Day from like 90, I think it was the 97 album. Haven't gotten to that one yet, but it's good pitches. Do remember that song? Good pitches like that. It's like a dope kind of listless type fray with the 1 year, 6 months, like a dope kind of listless fog as far as these pitches can have, just with an aspect like the just the song kind of gauze and just overall upside downness within the product as far as these pitches can have. So it's just within fair as far as saying pretty good punk commercial single within these products as far as these pitches will kind of have them. Feels like a promo type single within the aspect, very much similarities to good booming kind of punk bands pitches like that. Definitely like Benji and Joel Madden from Good Charlotte and Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day. So that pitch is probably within certain senses Patrick Stump. I think Fall Out Boy was around in 2003. Pitches like that's kind of the fair. I want to say from Under the Cork Tree is like their second album. But some of those type folks in the pitch behind it. Early Bird kind of melding between punk and emo. Some of that pitches is like that slog that fashion started to get manifested within some of that fairs. Relaxing kind of sun gaze with this slow smoke type fashion, almost porch bound pitch like that, but just kind of within the fair. Some of those type products that just like the hero behind it. Life of a Salesman is a hit type song off this album as well as like a quality late sun kind of Blink 182 style romping pitches like that. Say within these tones, just grab like some Taco Bell pitches like that, Patron, some of these type aspects, get some drinking, it's just a good pitches like that. This kind of pitch. I mean, the fair about some of these lyrics on here, when I sum up these songs within these pitches, some of these type ones do have differential compared to like the product, what's going on. A lot of these, the upside down type aspects within tone, getting towards the product, getting some of this tear up in here is kind of while balancing the product of just like the funk that kind of goes along. Like I said, there's more than half the album with some of these type pitches have like a particular aspect of this kind of dismay within like the product of summer heartache and fairs like that, just within the product of like curriculums that are kind of not as pleasant within those pitches for as the fair is going to happen. But to say the differential one about Life of a Salesman, this is actually more about it's kind of about your pops pitches like that as far as what's first gonna happen. So just within aspects, as far as saying some of these type ones within the product of the definite kind of band work and instrumentation type fair gives it a pretty good get along within these fairs, just like the product of just typical kind of sunshine getting pitches like that. Since the fairs to just pick up like some excellent supplies, just get to the product like the post makeshift and pitches like that, but it's good excellent products. Trying to think of some other ones I haven't talked about in here. I'm not sure if I talked about Believe, but Believe is nice. Believe is like a dredge. Believe is like a dredgy kind of town stretch and long day kind of frustrate within these products here. It's a chipper type song, but it's just probably in need of pick me up as far as these pairs gonna have. So just within pitch up, just within the product, needing some aspects, needing like a good solid pick me up within your system, just getting needing like a good solid pick me up in your system. Some of that pitches, just flesh it out with like a house party or two or three within some of that pitches within the product as far as those pairs gonna have. Just getting towards the product to just like consistent kind of day fair pitches like that to kind of get straightened, get some straightening going pitches like that. I'd say with an aspect. I'm not sure. I don't think I talk about 23, but 23 is nice in here as well. 23 is like a neighborhood kind of pluck around and romp. I'd say within these aspects here, just kind of a drugstore type fair. Pick up like some dominoes nearby pitches like that. Just kind of good, nice song to smoke to within sense that fairs. Just kind of the pitch. Blink 182 has done tons of these songs pitched like that within these ordeals. It's good excellent aspects with some of those type tones, but just kind of more almost feels like within campus type fair pitches like that. Sense that products within the tone. It's a good aspect to get some sunshine pitches like that just within the fair. Just particular, yeah, definite some drugstore type runs just within the pitch as far as saying just the aspect of doing favors, some of these type tones within the pitch or just extracurricular kind of R&D and pitches like that within those fairs, but just good type product to have the recreational type fair in there as well. I think the last one I don't know if I talked about on here is Miles Apart. So Miles Apart, I think I talked about this one, but dope kind of city and town stretch kind of get with these products. Just a Fritos run, get some sunshine and kind of an aimless stretch as far as these fairs going to go. It's kind of not so much hapless, but just kind of carefree within pitches like that. Some of these type ones kind of have the aspect of this kind of extracurricular, just some time waste kind of get within these tones in terms of like a more summer romp and just kind of out for the hell of it type vibes pitches like that. More or less in vehicle wise, probably just gas wasting pitches like that. But in terms of like typical kind of just neighborhood stress, more walking around pitches like that, just kind of tone of just more time waste, hell, just for the hell of it, shits and giggles type aspects from the tone as far as those pitches kind of go. It's just kind of pitch as far as saying. So I look after the product here, 10 out of 10 album pitches like that. Social score is going to go ahead and get. Now, within the fair, I recognize within the product, the most part, the main two staples off this product would probably be Ocean Avenue and Only One. Those are the largest type ones in terms of like the usual kind of mainstream kind of notoriety. But 3 out of 4 of these did chart pretty heavily within these pitches. And just the fact that it got to a fourth single and breathing is pretty good as well. I would have to say that all 4 of these are pretty good. The devil say that all 4 of these are pretty good, thorough type staples within these pitches as far as the products can have. So I would say within the product, now within the nowadays type fashion, Yellowcard is kind of more or less seen within the product or disc. Here and there type anchors within the product, what they have within their album type fairs. This kind of pitch as far as saying this is the variety. They do have hits, but the commonplace is just more dissected to like the tone, just not given it's like the girth is what they typically should be having. So it's kind of pitch. But I would say within the product, some of these type ones has a good amount of passage just out in the fray pretty oftenly within these pitches. You do get like some ones for skate park type fairs, some house park type fair pitches like that. A good number of these, some smoke type fashions. They're not shy on the smoking, even though in certain type senses it feels more social smoking type fair. But it's this kind of pitch. You get the Fritos type runs on here. Definitely the aspect like the preoccupy that's necessary to have the pick me ups nearby, just with the aspects like the funks that are kind of going on with the upside down type fashion. So paying attention to that, the swamp type feeling, just having that juggled in within the pitch or just needing to re up and touch base with diva type fair. That's just the aspect as far as saying that just things have not been within the sound sorts of just getting back on track. Some of these type products, having a few house parties thrown in within pitch to clear your head pitch like that, just kind of get the ordeal. Some of these type products, it's just kind of pitch as far as saying the after effect of like the socialized, the makeshift is kind of on here within these pitches, not the full bound focus. It's more personal, more so than business type product, but it's just the pitch as far as saying the after effect of this like joyriding pitches like that. Some of stuff is on here. A pretty good catalog of dislike the fray, dislike the aspect of dislike summer runs and romps and activities pitches like that. So the bill paying is on here pitches like that, but it's kind of more missed the fair of just being pretty well faceted to the concept where you don't have to full bound focus on it. So it's good type pitches about that. So in terms of future, I want to say more or less Yellowcard has dropped some recent type fair pitches like that within these products. This is one of their largest type albums pitches like that. So it's definitely excellent within the phrase as far as saying some good extra. It's a good thorough type fair pitch like that within the products as far as these first games. So this is an easy classic out of the early 2000s pitch like that. Has plenty of hits on here, good pitches, just some summer fun, good aspects like that. Just kind of upside down type album, but nails it feel pretty heavily.